welcome back to another week of SFHS Today. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Brooke. Here are some of the highlights from the last few weeks.
On April 8th through the 10th, 22 SFHS HOSA students went to the State HOSA Conference in St. Cloud. Around 300 teams competed, and St. Francis earned 5 first, 2 seconds, and 4 third-place medals.
This means a number of SFHS HOSA students will travel to nationals, which will be held in California over the summer.
HOSA as a student organization, it's really an extension of the classroom that I see it as, because it's with students, they really work hard in the classroom to learn different things in the medical field, and HOSA is an opportunity for them to compete with other students across the state. And it's just really exciting to see them compete and kind of extending what they've learned and putting it into a competition mode. That makes me really exciting to see that happening. All you have to do is take one of my classes. So you just have to be in one of my medical career classes. So it's exploring health careers, to nursing assistants, to disease conditions, to medical terminology. So if they take one of those classes, then they're eligible, and that's all they need, a criteria to be in a HOSA, to be a member of HOSA. So I was really pleased. My students I set the bar high this time and said, let's try things that are difficult. And most of them did the tests, which are extremely difficult. So I was really happy that they tried to do that. They did a lot of studying for that, and they placed really well in those exams.
Overall, I did pretty well. I could have done better in some other events, but I didn't get to compete in everything I wanted to, so I'm pretty satisfied.
Well, we have about 11 people that qualify to go to the national conference, which is in California, Disneyland, so that's pretty exciting. And they did really well, so they have to decide if they can do that, and they're going to compete in the events that they placed in. And mostly we have about 9 people that are first place, that won first place, so a lot of them will be going, and we're going to be doing that in June, the 22nd of June, and we go for 5 nights, 6 days, so it's going to be exciting.
I placed first in HOSA Bowl, first in biomedical debate, and third in dental terminology.
On Tuesday, April 28th, sophomores will be finishing their NCA tests. Also on the 28th, juniors will be taking the ACT for free during the first 3 hours of the school day. Juniors, please bring your student ID and number 2 pencil and a calculator.
Freshmen will be taking the pre-SAT, PSAT test, while the sophomores and juniors do their testing on the 28th.
All students will be able to have lunch after testing, and then buses will take students home at 12:40.
Staff will remain at the school for professional development.
Seniors, you will not have school on the 28th. Students involved with extracurricular activities and sports should check with their coaches and advisors.
Make sure you get a good night's rest before taking the tests.
Last Friday, SFHS was named Frederick Douglass High School for the day in order to celebrate his legacy and learn more about diversity. SFHS is the only school in the nation to officially change its name for a day. Here's some more of what went on.
My favorite thing has been the ceremony in the beginning of first hour when all the teachers read his speech and then all the dancers did their thing.
I thought it was interesting. I liked it because I've never seen it before, so it was very interesting to me.
I liked it because it was kind of cool to see how they would dance to do their tribal, spiritual stuff.
I really liked the stories kind of behind the dances. I liked the butterfly dance because it was movements.
My favorite thing has been the dancing that was in the gym. It was really cool and engaging.
My favorite part was the presentation that went on in the bridge seat room.
My favorite part was in the gym when they did the dancing and playing the drums.
I think it's important because people need to understand that there is still racism in the world and that we all need to treat others equally.
I think it's important because at St. Francis we're kind of underexposed to a lot of problems. We don't have any involvement in this kind of stuff, so it's interesting.
It also opens a lot of eyes to some of the kids that don't know about what's going on and what's been going on recently.
I think it's important because it opens up a discussion we've been talking about.
So we remember why he did it. So we remember what Frederick Douglass did.
So we can remember the other people that helped found our country other than just Americans.
So that we pay tribute to the Americans who and people from other countries who helped. So we can remember what impact they had on our country. Right?
Favorite part? And a lot of people probably would agree with this. I like the lectures. I really do. I really did. I like the stuff in the PhD. There was nothing that I didn't like. Red Bull was fantastic. Some of the questions and answers were fantastic. The drumming was absolutely, what I hoped. And it was great. A lot of, with our kids participating. So it was hard to identify a favorite part. I had a lot of favorite parts. It was good. And the mural was spectacular. I think, okay, one thing, didn't even think of it. The mural. I could just look at that sucker for, a long, long time. It was fantastic.
I painted the Sitting Bull portrait because I'm Native American and I thought it was cool because Sitting Bull is really cool. And I painted Cesar Chavez because Miss Sargent wanted me to paint different cultures for Frederick Douglass Day.
It's like a lot of stuff. Absolutely not as well as I'd hoped, but certainly not as badly as I'd feared. It was, on balance, pretty good. I guess I'd have to say I'm happy with the outcome.
On Saturday, 2 speech students, Sam Burville and Sarah Durcott, competed at the Minnesota State High School League State Speech Meet. Sarah competed in extemporaneous speaking, and Sam competed in interpretation drama.
In art news, 7 senior art students entered their work in the 7AA Visual Arts Regional Show. Their works are on display at the Hardwood Creek Public Library in Forest Lake for 2 weeks. An award ceremony will be presented tonight.
I entered a oil painting. Oil pastel painting is about a lion, a whole bunch of different colors in it. It's stating about, it's called creative courage. So the lion represents the courage and whatnot, and creativity and the colors to be okay to stand out and whatnot.
I entered an oil piece that I did of like a night landscape of Duluth with it has the lift bridge and then more of the city view.
How do you?
I really liked what I did. I put a lot of time into it, and hopefully I can actually take it to, some level to get a ribbon or anything like that.
I'm not really sure because I know even from our school there's a lot of really talented people that entered, so it'll be interesting to see.
Actually, I was confronted by Mrs. Close. She asked if I could take the piece down there and if I could enter it.
Miss Close came up to me and she gave me all the paperwork and she asked if I wanted to put my piece in, and that was basically it. I had my parents fill out the paperwork saying that they could release it and have it displayed and that such.
I felt like that was my best drawing that I had during the trimester, and yeah.
That's one of my favorite pieces, and I think it turned out the best. I did really well with blending and showing reflections on the lake side from the shoreline, and I don't know, I thought it looked really cool.
On Wednesday, seniors were able to pick up their caps and gowns in the PAC hallway. If you were gone, talk to your counselor or principal on picking it up.
Also, Wednesday was Earth Day, and Students' Council did a service project in honor of it. We're on it.
Just a reminder that if you went to prom and ordered pictures from David Banks, they are now in and can be picked up in Miss Straug's room.
Next week, the drama department presents the musical Footloose. This explosive musical is full of classic 1980s music from the original movie. In recognition of the fact that many teens do not have the luxury of being footloose, the cast and crew are working with Anoka's Hope for Youth organization that supports homeless teens throughout the run of the show. They will be collecting shoes, socks, clothing, and food donations for the Drop Into Homeless shelter.
Tickets are now available through seatyourself.biz. The show runs April 30th, May 1st, and May 2nd at 7 p.m. and May 3rd at 2 p.m. Tickets are $8 for adults and $6 for students and seniors. Students who have activity passes get in for free. They are also in our spotlight of 5 Minutes of Fame.
Footloose is about a city named Beaumont that doesn't allow public dancing, and it's about this new kid who comes to school named Ren, which I play. That he comes to town, and he's from Chicago, big city guy, city slicker, and he wants to throw a dance, a prom, and he challenges the city hall.
My favorite thing about Footloose is just the dancing. It's just so fun to dance with all your peers on a stage and sing with them. That's like so cool.
There's Reverend Moore, and he's kind of the big bad guy, and he outlaws dancing.
Okay. Living the dream is Cowboy Bob.
My favorite thing has to be getting out of my comfort zone and, I don't know, acting how I've never acted before.
Opening night is the last day in April, which is a Thursday. And it's at 7. And then the next night is next Friday and Saturday. And those are all at 7. And then on Sunday, it's at 2 o'clock.
And then next Tuesday is the understudy
Next
show.
Tuesday is the understudy show, and that's
7
free.
p.m. Yep.
Come see me.
Donations are appreciated.
Everybody come, everybody come. Everybody come, everybody come. Everybody come, Footloose. Yeah!
Finally, all students can now access grades. All you have to do is download the Infinite Campus app on your phone, enter the school ID VVBSZW, all caps, then enter your school username for logging on to school computers, and enter your student ID for your password.
Stay tuned for weather, sports, and the random question thing.
Hey Saints, my name is Roberto. Welcome back to another segment of weather. Today, there is a high of 52 and a low of 39 with a chance of rain. Saturday is partly cloudy with a high of 59 and a low of 30. Sunday will be sunny with a high of 64 and a low of 36. Have a great weekend, Saints.
Hey Saints, welcome back to another week of sports. I'm Brittany. First off, looking back to April 9th, boys tennis fell to Chisago Lakes 1-6 at home. On Tuesday, April 14th, they fell to Monticello 1-6 at Monticello. On Wednesday, April 8th, baseball took on Monticello and won 3-2. On Tuesday, April 14th, they played against Cambridge and won 13-3. They played against Chisago Lakes at home last Thursday and won 12-2. Last Friday, they played against North Branch and won 10-1. On Monday, they played against Irondale and won 6-1. Yesterday, they played at Rogers. Scores will be announced next week. In girls golf news, they won the Monticello Invite last Monday, beating Buffalo in a tiebreaker. Callie Wagner leads the Saints golfers with an 82. Yesterday, they had a meet at Chisago Lakes, and on Monday, they had a meet at Falcon Ridge. On Wednesday and Thursday, they were at the Ponds Golf Course. On Wednesday, April 8th, softball played at Monticello, winning 14-5. On April 10th, they played here against Minneapolis Washburn, winning 4-2. On Tuesday, April 14th, they played against Cambridge and came out on top, winning 8-5. Last Thursday, they played at home against Chisago Lakes and shut them out 1-0. Last Friday, they played at Chisago Lakes in a doubleheader against Duluth, winning 9-2, and against Grand Rapids, winning 4-2. One specific player on the team has been leading the team very well this year. She was named Athlete of the Week in the Star Tribune last Tuesday as well. She was thrown for a school record of 18 strikeouts 2 weeks ago and 5 strikeouts earlier last week. In 11 innings pitched last week, she had 23 strikeouts for the Saints on the mound. This player is Alex Marin.
Alex has been doing really good. Her pitching has been great for our team, and yeah.
The last couple of games, Alex has been pitching really well for us. We played Cambridge earlier this week, and she came in and relieved at the end of the game and shut down Cambridge's team, really finishing up a good, solid win for us. But she had a really stellar performance last week against Washburn High School and also against Big Lake.
I did really good. We won, and I pitched like 30 innings, and it went good.
I think Alex has worked really hard in the off season. She's been hitting her spots with pitches, and she's been doing a really effective job for us on the mound. I think she's going to really have a great season this year. She started off really strong, and I just think she's going to gain strength as she keeps pitching each individual game.
I've worked with her over the winter, and she's gotten a lot better. Her speed has gotten a lot better, and she's gotten more pitches.
What makes?
I think it will go really good. We're doing really good so far.
You know, it's a really big honor. I've always tried to nominate our girls and try to get them publicity, and Alex had the type of game last week where she set a school record. She had 18 strikeouts in the game. To get that recognition is a big honor for her individually, but she's extremely humble, and so you know, giving credit to her teammates and everything that happened. But in a game where we play 7 innings and there's only 21 outs, Alex made 18 of those 21, so she had a very, very good game last week.
She works really hard, and she pushes herself to be the best and be the best that she can be. I've been playing since I can remember, like when I was little.
She works hard. She's extremely humble, like I mentioned. She is actually probably the one to shy away from cameras and everything as humanly possible. But she's the type of athlete that never complains in practice, shows up hard, works every day, and is very deserving of this honor. So,
Do you think she will continue to become a leader next year?
I think so. She definitely shows that she can be.
This is the first time she's been in practices with me every single practice this year. But I think she's getting a little bit away from that shy Alex and getting a little bit out of her shell with our girls. But she's a hardworking kid. She comes to work extremely hard every day, puts forth 110%, and tries to do everything we ask her to do on the field. So it's really, like I said, she's well deserving of this accomplishment.
Yesterday, softball played at Rogers, and tonight they play at home against North Branch. Scores will be announced next week. That's all we have for you this week, Saints. Have a great weekend.
It's the random question thing. Ding.
My favorite baby animal has to be the fawn, baby deer.
Little kitties.
I like, cats are cool. Cats are good.
And my favorite baby animal is a baby seal.
And my favorite baby animal is Murphy.
Giraffe.
Favorite baby animal.
Baby monkey.